Before heading back to the vaults, the heroes ran a few more errands and took some time for thoughtful moments. Meeting with Captain Longsaddle, they were reassured again that Otari will be ready while they continue their quest. Re-entering the Devil's Domain, the pieces of the pentagram pendants were put together to reveal the way through to the personal offices of Eurevian himself, Phistophilis, Contract Devil. Eurevian welcomed the heroes with eagerness, unperturbed by the decimation of his forces at their hands. He assured them that they were a silver score in the grand scheme of the hells in his contracts. Holding no love or loyalty for his lost master Belcora, he simply sought the aid of the heroes in circumventing his contract, offering aid in return. He only needed the soul of Carmen Rajani. Despite having already succumbed to the dangers of the vaults, Eurevian planned to acquire the soul with the heroes' help nonetheless. But the heroes, being what they are, could not abide, and threw the due process of the cycle of souls back into the face of the legal and bureaucratic obsessed devil. And so, a hectic battle was fought, devilish minions swiftly defeated, and the extraordinary new powers of Raphael, alongside the honed cooperation of the rest, brought Eurevian down in a flash of flame and brimstone.
So I treated myself to going back and listening to our first few episodes.
Oof. Just wanted to relive the Samal killing days.
Well, I hadn't gone back that far in quite a while. I'm curious to know when the last time anyone here listened to the original episodes. I would imagine Cam being probably the most recent, having listened to them, but they're a bit rough compared to what we do now. Understandably. But I wish I had written down a little list, a more specific list of when a couple of things happened. But I did start mentally clocking a couple of things that I thought were really funny, and within the first 5 episodes, a couple of fun facts. Within the first 5 episodes, Samal went down twice to dying. I believe Physic crit failed on healing Samal twice and failed pretty much every other one. I stumbled over not being able to find the right word twice. Started real early, a lot earlier than I remember. And Scott said telekinetic projectile twice.
Rule of twos, eh?
It was it was kind of uncanny. There was a lot of these like regular joking habits that we laugh about all the time, and they were right at the beginning and have not really disappeared since.
Yeah, we laugh about my crit fails all the time.
Scott has learned to say telekinetic at least.
He's got to pace himself though.
Yeah.
It's written on my wall in front of me in blood.
Yeah. But I just thought it was a fun romp to go back and listen a little bit. And and get a feel for how we used to be and how we are now. Does anyone have any like murky or fond memories about the early days? Like what stands out the moment you think about the first episodes, other than Samal's death? We all know that's the big one.
I remember always thinking back upon the fact that the first thing that we ever recorded was us. It was like scenes with us and Yin Yaz, or wait, oh my god, scenes with us and Rin or something. It was like the end of the episode was actually the first thing we recorded.
Yeah.
And so we kind of went through the whole episode, and then it just got shittiest right at the end because we could tell we were all really nervous. I was always just like, fuck.
I was thinking about that as I was listening to the first episode. It was like, right, I remember now that I made everyone do the final scene of that episode first so that they could role play as we were going, knowing that the scene had already happened, because the scene was effectively meant to be a flashback. And you could tell it's in there. It's actually in the role play. You can tell that that's the case. If you have that little fact in your head, you can tell. It's actually pretty cool.
I don't think other people would know that, but like just for myself.
Yeah. James?
I still don't know why I agreed to sing live on air and not do a punch in or a retake. I don't understand that decision at all. I know you asked me to, and I just said yes.
No, I was like, who wants to do it? And you said, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I feel like you end up singing once in all of our campaigns. You sang in the Starfinder too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Prowl is a singer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not particularly good at it, but I'm not shy about it. You know, I'm not going to back down from a karaoke or an open mic night. It's weird that I had the opportunity to do a retake and just was like, nah, fuck it, one and done.
Yeah, it was actually kind of a great part of it, because it wasn't about, for both characters, from what I recall, it wasn't about whether or not they could sing well. That was a part of the idea. It was that they were reminded of this song, and that song is important, and it's part of and it was a part of their, especially with Prowl's case, if I recall, it was like part of her culture to like dance and sing and whatever, regardless of what other people think. It's like an expression. And in Samal's case, it was like this anxiety that came out of him, and it was great. Yeah, it's regardless of the tone or the performance or whatever, it's like it adds to this like atmosphere that's so good.
On the topic of Samal, and I'm sorry, I know I already spoke once, but
you only get one an episode.
Yeah,
I'll show myself out after this. But when Samal did the double cleave with the boarding axe on Boss Scrong,
yeah,
killing him, that was hard as fuck.
Also, Samal's speech to Rin is still as badass as I remembered.
Yeah,
I
have listened to that.
Me, but you don't know who I am. And he says it twice, and then he's like talking about Azori, and he's like, she is the crashing waves, and I am the rocks she crashes upon. And he's just like, nailing it. You're like, oh, I got chills.
Yeah, that might be some of my best improv I've ever done, and
awesome.
It'll be hard to ever come close to that again, I think. But I'm really proud of that one in particular.
It was really
but just the way, Duncan, you were able to roll physics personality into some of those early huge roll whiffs. Like, we all have bad days, but it felt like you had bad weeks, and the way you were able to play that off was just masterful. So good.
I appreciate that. And I don't listen back to the old episodes. I mean, there's certainly some rough edges about the older episodes that I don't like to go back and listen to, but for another reason, on a more like meta level, this project has kind of gotten me to appreciate the churn of having to put out a show, to the point that I don't really look backwards at our show very much. I might listen to the episode that releases on the week just so I know what people are listening to, if they have comments on or something.
Sure,
but I find that going back too far, I just end up going like, oh, I wish I changed that, or oh, I wish I changed that, where it's just like, you know what, it's out there. And I'm trying to like put this into a bunch of things in my life, of like not being too precious about the creative endeavors I put out there. So I've kind of like made a personal point to not go back and go, oh, that sucks, and ooh, I wish I had changed that, because like as a body of work grows, I feel like you could eat yourself alive with that kind of shit.
I can appreciate
that. Being said, I do
Yeah.
miss like whimsical little physics. I'm
Yeah.
able to put on the old physic voice.
I can appreciate that because I'm physic. As the GM, it is so, you're so filled with regrets of like, oh, I could have done that better. I should have done it this way. I should have put more emphasis on that, or maybe I wasn't in the brain space at the time, but you still like, you're just filled with regrets all the time. However, when I do go back, and I have to go back regularly to like remember what I've done and how that weaves into what's going forward. So I do have to make a point to a certain degree. But what I try to do with that is see how we've grown rather than dwelling on too much on, oh, I wish I had. You still get those, but like you could still listen back and be like, oh, you know what? That wasn't, my best. But I also remember the more recent thing that I did, and that was there's growth in there, and that was better, and I have improved, and I have this thing to look back on and realize where the growth is and where it's led me. And I try to do, take that approach as a positive kind of creative reflection.
Well, I'm glad you have that mentality about you. Me, I hear myself, a while ago, and I'm like, you know what, dude? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. I have that shut the fuck up about myself all the time. I'm like, just stop talking.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. We all need to shut the fuck up sometimes. All of us.
Speaking of not shutting the fuck up, what do you think, Cam? You're
Cam.
you're the
Cam's
lead
the
comer
outlier.
to the show.
Cam wasn't there.
I was not there. I think that honestly, it was a good thing that I wasn't there because like every encounter was a nail biter because of it.
Mm.
Like I remember hearing some of the fights and I was like, that's fucking rough. Like, well, good luck, y'all. And just like, oh wow, they barely squeaked it out. And just there was just tons of that.
I can tell you a really funny there's a moment from James that's a really good evidence of just how nail-biting they all were up until the point of Samal's death. And it is the end of episode 6 when you walk into the chapel and the animated dead arrive, and it's the next episode that Samal dies. But it's literally like they animate and James just goes, piss.
Yeah.
And then immediately, before we even roll initiative, immediately goes, this is why I should have played a cleric. No matter what, from now on, someone has to roll a cleric. Combat hasn't even started yet, and he's already angry at how hard it's going to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's amazing.
Yeah, but that was like, it really like added to the show, I think, in a lot of ways because of like how fucking just, it was just a grind. It was a churn. It was just literally just like, because I've seen other podcasts that have like 5 people that honestly struggled worse than y'all did, but that was because they sucked. And
but it's also like we weren't optimized either. Like I feel like all of our characters were rolled for a story emphasis first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to how good we are that we only lost a couple PCs. And I think we should all take a round of hero points for that.
That's it. People TPK in this adventure all the time. All the time.
with 3 people, like, I mean, y'all ran plenty of times, and that was smart. Like, there's so many groups that like, we're the big damn heroes, and like, no, you're not.
They just try to go down the bitter end, and you're like, nah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, went down humble, staying that way.
Mm-hmm.
TPKing would just be too annoying.
It would be a real pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's not enough letters I can substitute for G's and Q's and shit in Krugga's name.
Kruppa.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got one backup. I have to start using the Greek alphabet or something.
No, then you just flip it up to B's, lowercase B's and D's. Like, honestly, you just keep that shape.
Crudda, Crubba, yeah. Just spin it around.
You get to the very end, you're just like, okay, here's my my uncle's cousin, twice removed, Krazah.
Hey, eventually that orc family would be just as detailed as Raphael's family.
Yeah,
it's Krugga, but the Q's are 6s.
There you go.
Still dying over Jack Russell.
I got no end to the amount of shit I got for that one.
Can't even handle it. Jesus. Well, speaking of, I guess, reflecting on the sort of the new
boy.
beginning that was starting this podcast, we have effectively finished book 2 and are entering a new threshold of this adventure of book 3. Technically, you maybe have a little bit more to do here on the 7th level of this sort of devil's domain, this prison level. But, you've covered pretty much all the ground here and killed the effective BBEG of this floor. And thanks to a very badass moment by Raphael, the new Raphael just fucking blipping through the space-time continuum past that wall of force and laying down some fucking, just a smackdown, really. Oh, you crit, didn't you? It was crazy.
Yeah, he cut him down on a reactive strike.
Oh, it was so good. There is one quick thing to cover first. It is that you're both dying
Level
of
up.
infernal bleeding. No, not level up. But Cam and I spoke about, before, about not hampering too much on, bleeding rules when you're out of combat, if you're not in too much danger. And what did we settle on, Cam? You're gonna blow some healing spells.
I'm gonna blow 2 healing spells, and there's basically no way we keep failing past that point because bleed typically only lasts a minute. So I'm just gonna cast 2 heal spells, and we wipe our hands of it.
Yeah, we wipe our hands of the bleed damage for Raphael and Lump. But from there, the floor is yours. You're in this what's called by the adventure the drill field. This area where the Barbazu is trying to drill the Grothlets into some sort of orderly fashion. We had slaughtered them all before. I moved all the bodies over to make it a little easier. But Eurevian had made his way towards here, where there was this sort of this incredible wall of force, this infernal barrier of some kind blocking your way down. But upon his death, he falls and basically burns up in a flash of brimstone. All of the bits of paper and robes and everything on him going up with it, leaving behind a bit of ash as he dies on the spot right at the edge of where this barrier was. And the floor is yours. What would you like to do?
Raphael will take a knee, leaning on the blade of his sword as he tries to catch his breath. He is a very old man, and that was a lot of energy and a lot of effort and a lot of blood that he spilled even from himself.
Yeah, yeah, you took some hits.
Yeah.
And Raphael just feels like the kind of kinetic concussive force of Lump's healing powers passing through before Lump will come over. Is it okay if I treat your wounds? You have a couple of holes in you that shouldn't be there.
Gashes.
Well, no, it's piercing, so.
Oh yeah, piercing. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll nod in assent as he tries to just gasp in a couple of breaths, fill those lungs.
That was incredible what you did. I had a moment of trepidation being stuck in here. Not that Tulok isn't a formidable fighter in his own way, but being trapped in a small room with that creature, thank you.
It was an honor to fight beside you and Tulok Sal. I'm sorry we could not get Kraka through the barrier as well.
We look over, see Kraka still just like standing there looking at the fucking invisible wall.
No, by then he had been thoroughly searching the walls because he had gotten thoroughly bored on the other side of the invisible wall. No, I'm fine over here. I'm just admiring the masonry.
We'll just say that he's the one who's piled all of the corpses over on one side, just wasting time.
Just get him ready for Augrail. Is the force wall still up?
It lasts for 10 minutes, so after treating the wounds, it's down, I think. Unless there's something else I don't know, Freeman.
Yeah, no, it eventually... I mean, I think I said at the end of last episode that it disappeared upon his death. That's not strictly true, but yeah, after a short amount of time, it'll disappear.
And Lump will try to treat Kraka's wounds as well if he'll let them. And get 26 healing. Normally you don't let me treat you. I thought that maybe you found me disgusting or an abomination or... something else?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It's mostly just that I'm so used to healing myself and, not much of a talker.
Sense motive.
You're a hermit, correct?
Yep.
So, is this more of a I live here too situation for you coming down here?
I suppose so. At this point, feels like
you don't
I
have
haven't given it much thought beyond the obvious job that needs to be done in front of us. There's evils down here, and I don't just mean... He's kind of careful with his words for the possibly first time in his life.
Oh.
And I don't just mean the things we find down here, but there is pure evil, and that's what we're here to fix.
Well, you've been here at least doing this longer than I have, so I admire your dedication. And Tulok, you were very brave to follow Eurevian in here.
I just felt like it was the time. We've had enough enemies escape us. I wouldn't let Eurevian go too.
I'm glad it wasn't your time, so to speak.
You and me both, Sal. It could be any time, though. I am trying to prepare myself for that, but it's been difficult. Facing death every day, but not willing to accept it. It's interesting. I find my abilities to bring creatures back but not give them life troubling sometimes. Just reanimating the corpses, continuing a mockery of the soul and of real life. To be honest, I try not to dwell on it too much.
Sal contemplates what you said for a moment. Taking that in, there's something else going on. Like, you see them almost nervously biting one of their lips on, like, the left side of their face. And
What a sight.
It's like winking.
Are you coming on to me? No. But no, just like two people calling them Sal back to back is fucking with their head a little bit after being Lump for so long. And they don't quite know what to do with that yet. But I believe that you mentioned there was something in one of the floors above us to take care of.
Yes, there is this creature from the void. But come, let's search Eurevian's office and the corpse of Eurevian himself. We have some things to finish down here with the other devils, and potentially this could help us lead towards the light. We must discover what's going on before the light has a chance to recharge.
Very well. And
Tell you right now, Eurevian's body leaves nothing behind.
son of a bitch.
Do we see anything down the shaft?
Yeah, but beyond that barrier that was there, oh yeah, it's basically you basically see 4 pulleys in this like 20 by 15 foot. Is it 20 by 15? Yeah, 20 by 15 foot sort of open hole. These 4 pulleys that clearly are a mechanism for an elevator that is in the down position rather instead of where you're at, and it drops all the way down 100 feet below.
Yikes.
Can we tell if it, stops anywhere? Can we see any floors?
No, it doesn't look like it has any midway stops. It's just it is to the 100-foot floor below and to here. The pulleys and the chains that operate are still intact and attached to it, but there is no mechanism that you can see here that would pull it up. The mechanisms appear to be on the elevator floor itself down below.
Is this the furthest down a level has gone so far?
Yes, yeah, 100-foot drop is definitely the biggest one so far.
Well, Lump turns and jumps. Yeehaw!
Help me out. Where is the information on what the next level is?
You would have found that in some of the information you found in the very sort of super secret little library nook.
Yep.
And this one would have been described as, I think it was the farm.
Ooh, that's gonna be creepy.
Yeah, let me just double check if I can what it's specified. But yeah, that's what the adventure map is called, farm.
Is that where they put Goku when he perishes?
When they put him at the
Just
pasture.
a bunch of like golden retrievers and stuff.
The farm sounds great.
Okay, we have a prisoner of our own in a closet after we search for treasure, because that's the order of operations for me, we should potentially deal with.
Yeah, we've also got the Void Glutton a few floors up if we want to deal with that. We also need to figure out how to get down from the prison. So I'm looking at the map of the labs right now, and there's a giant staircase on the north end with a downward leading stair. So that doesn't appear to go anywhere where we are in the prison. So it's got to go somewhere, right?
Ooh.
Which staircase? Were you looking?
I'm on the labs.
Oh, in the labs.
I just pinged it at the very, very top. There's like this circular turret room.
Oh yeah, that goes down to the arena floor of this. It's a spiral staircase that leads all the way down to the prison. But it actually technically continues. You go back to the prison floor and look at that. You can see that the spiral staircase continues around that circle, which is the footprint of the lighthouse. But the stairs leading down from the prison are blocked with rubble.
Right.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize those. Okay, cool.
One of the things that Eurevian would have used to sweeten the deal was to have his minions dig out the rubble for you.
Sure do wish we had a deep gnome right about now.
Oh.
You hear the pitter-patter of little gnome feet dancing away. Hey, let's go get this loot.
Thank you.
Maybe we will find some business ledgers.
Ooh.
Nothing in the walls there, Baron, despite being piled with corpses now.
Nope, you found nothing new. I think it's the third time you've thoroughly searched those walls, though.
Well, fourth time's the charm. Anyway.
Head back to Eurevian's domain or office or a little area here, and you'll find that the Barbazu that you killed has a glaive on him.
Typical.
And the other creature that was known as a Hellbound Attorney has an elegant cane, which acts as a mace, and has some legal ledgers, apparently, according to the inventory here.
Hero Point James.
But go ahead and have a hero point, James. Why not? Because that's just such a good coincidence you called it. I had no idea that was on her.
We were talking about old episodes, so I figured I'd set up a callback.
So good. But yeah, you enter the office here, and you find that as you enter, a lot of the books and parchments and scrolls and what have you in here have all burnt up into bits of ash. And you're looking around in the room after this, basically, the room is really quite stark and bare. There's not really much of anything of value left behind. Though you do see at least one piece of paper that, or maybe a little handful of pieces of paper that are effectively the blueprint for this floor. And upon inspection, you find that you have covered the entire floor save for one spot. There is a secret hallway that has two entrances, one behind the maps in the room that Yason Kalir occupied, the Motley Man, and the other entrance in the room that you did explore but didn't find it, where you had that's like weird ghostly thing had screamed at you and did mental damage, and you exited the room.
It like fucked me up, didn't it?
Yeah, it fucked you up good. Yeah.
It's like half your hit points.
Yeah.
Episode 86? 87?
87, I think.
86 was the first lump appearance.
Yeah, it was one of those two for sure. I think it was 87.
Okay. Two things. First thing. Did we sell the Word Reaper?
I think so.
I think we
If it's
did.
in your inventory, I'd say we didn't. I would
It
not
is-
have signed off on signing the Word Reaper. I think that's such a good item, but that doesn't mean I didn't miss it.
Yeah, I don't see it. So, but that's okay. Tulok approaches the lawyer and will pick up the legal ledger and will look at his name.
Look at your own name, okay. And so you kind of like flip through, and there is like an incredible amount of knowledge in here, and lots of names and lots of accusations towards those names. And within the ledger, you do not find the name Tulok.
Well, that's not his actual name.
There's a reveal.
Dun, dun, dun.
So where do you look, Scott? Where does Tulok look quietly and discreetly?
He looks up the name Gav Delarise.
Excellent.
What?
That is Tulok's real name. Son of Galt.
You search for Gav, son of Galt, but you don't find it. Instead, you just find a very long entry for Delarise. And it is filled with an unbelievable amount of accusations and alleged crimes. Things like assassination, kidnapping. What's the thing where you betray your country?
Treason.
Treason. Thank you. There is a whole bunch of just every crime you can almost think of is listed under the name Delarise. And there seems to be a lot of emphasis on crimes related to betrayal and anything that they can find to word something like not obeying orders. God help me here. What's the
Sedition.
Sedition? Thank you. This is going to be one of those episodes, isn't it? I just can't think of anything. Yeah, there's a lot listed here, and what you get from the whole vibe of the text, though, is that they're all alleged crimes. There was very little in here to show or specify evidence. So how much of it is even true, you really couldn't say. This is not something you would actually submit in a court. It is more like something you would look at briefly when cross-examining or making a speech in the courtroom, trying to sway your jury or your judge. Hearsay, not a lot of substantial evidence, but a very long list for the Delarise, especially compared to the other names in the book.
So Tulok's brow is furrowing as he's reading all of this, because to him, his family comes from such just middle class, nothing important about them, just nice, salt of the earth people. That to have treason, to think of anyone in his family in a spot to commit treason is kind of weird to him.
Roll me a society check.
I will. Let's go. Oh, 7 on the die for a 20.
That's okay. You're not wrong in thinking like this. It's so strange. It must be a coincidence. Maybe it's just so happens you share a family name with another family. But it also occurs to you that your family name comes from your father's side. Your father is human, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means if there's a connection to Belcora in some way, we're talking nearly 500 years worth of human generations. A very, very solid amount of time for things to have changed dramatically for what the Delarise was to what the Delarise is now. Especially given whatever connection is there, is it to Belcora or is it to the Hierovex family in general? And we all know that the Hierovex family had a falling out. They were exiled. They were caught in their crimes. And whatever connection they maybe had with the Delarise was possibly severed over 500 years ago, giving a lot of wiggle room for change.
Now, Tulok wouldn't really be putting... I mean, he has the Horovexes on his mind being something going on between them and the Delarise family because of the book. that he found in the private library.
Mm-hmm.
But we have more information than he does because of our episode 100 jaunt.
Yes.
So I think that Tulok is going to take the book and just put it in his robes and not say anything.
Okay.
He is concerned and confused as to why there's so much about his family. And he's not ready to show that to the others quite yet. But I mean, he's literally just taking it and putting it away. So if anyone does say anything, he's not like trying to hide it.
Yeah, Krucka was going to ignore the unmistakable sound of someone flipping to the G section of a tome and search the walls in here. God damn it, he's going to find something.
He's searching the walls. Searching the walls. This is a not worked stone in here. It's more of like a little cavern that was being dug out, probably to be repurposed as like something more worked, but eventually abandoned and then repurposed. You find nothing.
Just a pleasing grotto.
Raphael's just shooting off detect magics as his exploration activity.
There's definitely a residual magic kicking around, like the braziers in here. You would guess have some lingering infernal magic or devilish magic attached to them to be ever burning. But beyond that, all the little bits of magic that has surrounded this whole floor and its walls and its doorways is still kind of there, but nothing stands out beyond those as you rule them out.
Okay. And that secret passageway that we discovered from the map, that was just a passageway? It didn't appear to have any rooms on it?
No, it appears as though it leads to a room that you have not explored. Basically, an L-shaped hallway, and at the corner of the L, there's a room, a door leads to a room there.
Okay.
There's nothing left in the northern section of this room. All these books,
Nothing.
tables.
Nothing at
Okay. Tulok sees Sal and Raphael heading towards the door, and he follows.
So you're going to head to one of these secret doors. Which one are you aiming for?
Probably the Motley Man's hideout.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was the easiest one to draw a map to, and we didn't have to go through the fucking prison alarm system.
Whatever fucked up your brain last time. Yeah, it was a 6d12 damage. I just looked it up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, avoiding that room.
Yeah. You step into the room with all of the stasis chambers with all the monsters inside, and as you do and look around towards the room that Yusan Kalir was in, at least one of you swears you catch out of the corner of your eye the flash of green flame somewhere in the background. So I'm just going to presume you hustle through that. It's a very quick jaunt into the next room.
Yep.
Was that the witch?
Witch fire.
Yeah, the witch fire warden. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is face that thing again. And I think someone did warn you. I'm pretty sure someone warned you along the way that it will come back. I remember making a note of it anyway.
That imp thing, probably.
Yeah, I think the imp did. Yeah, Jack. But yeah, you walk into the Motley Man's room, and you see the overlapping scraps of paper that are on the wall, and there's basically a crude but very detailed a map of the town of Otari, just posted up on the wall like a conspiracy theorist's crazy little
Bookboard.
Yeah, exactly. And it indicated that there was a secret door on that wall that they're all posted to.
Krucka, do your thing.
He punches the wall.
That's not what I meant.
Lump pulls a bead of fireball off of Tulok and throws it at the maps. Like this?
The thorough search, everyone.
Oh, the thorough search. You should have been more specific.
He starts putting his hand behind some of the pieces of paper that are overlapping and gives a little push on the wall. And sure enough, as the pieces of paper seem to fall aside, you push the wall open, and it leads to a hallway.
Yeah, I do this all the time.
Heading south for about 35 feet, you can see there is a doorway on the southeastern side. Single door.
Who wants to go first?
Krucka will enter scouting.
Okay.
So brave.
So brave.
Okay. We come to a door, and he will listen at the door.
You listen. There is stark silence.
Ooh. I like the sound of that. And opens the door.
You crack the door to reveal a little 15 by 10 foot, 20 by 15 foot hallway, and room. Basically, it's the black walls of the chamber. There's like an eerie emptiness that you notice inside the room right away, and a different sort of pattern to the tiles and the floor, different coloring to the stone, even more of a darkish gray rather than the sort of browny red like brimstone that you've been walking through all this time. And there is a trap door of sorts to the east that's open with a ladder that leads down. And as you look around the corner, you see another single door in the southwestern side of the room.
Check for traps.
Check for traps. You don't see anything.
Oh no. It's like the second act of any Spider-Man movie.
Guess that's staying now.
Chekhov's hero is
Okay. So no traps, I guess. Stepping on in.
Okay. Step into the room. Nothing. Empty. Devoid of anything. Save a little dust.
Well, this is my time to shine, and he will thoroughly search the walls.
Is Ruff getting anything from his detect magic?
Yeah, you're detecting a little bit of magic on the other side of the other door in here. And definitely in the direction of the trap door as well, which as you get closer you realize it leads into like a more of like a crawl space than down to like a room or anything. It's a crawl space that seems to head to the west. To the east, sorry, east.
I mean, a crawl space is just a regular size for Raphael, I think.
Close enough anyway.
Does Raphael always walk on two legs?
Yes, for the most part. I'm sure he's capable of walking on four, but at a 25-foot regular land speed, he's bipedal.
Yeah.
Tulok steps to the south and opens the southern door.
You open the door to find another small 10 by 10 room that's reasonably stark, but on the other side of the room to you is a bowl of filthy swamp water that rests on a crude altar. And there appears to be a couple of offerings around the bowl.
Can I throw up a knowledge check on that, boss?
Sure. Roll me occult.
How about I roll you Lore Nimbleoth? How's that set?
Ooh.
Oh, bitch.
Please do.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing here appears to specifically stand out to a dedication to Nimbleoth herself.
Except the swamp water.
The swamp water is definitely reminiscent of a lot of thematic things related to Nimbleoth, but there is no moss with skull with moss in the mouth that's dripping water. There's none of that, like the four-pointed orange star symbology or iconography or anything. The swamp water in the bowl is very obvious, but otherwise, yeah.
So when you said swamp water, you really just meant all the pops mixed together?
Exactly. That's good.
So, can I roll an occultism or something?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna party too. Ugh. I hero point.
Classic Sam just got partying.
Ugh. Never mind.
You did worse.
23. I guess I should have rolled that blind, but whatever. Fuck off.
Nah.
That's the spirit.
You fuck off. Yeah, you don't know. It's just a bowl of filthy water. For all you know, the water is just filthy because it's been abandoned.
Can you tell me the rank and level of the most powerful magic effects in the room?
Sorry, you need to know what the level? You know the level of what's in here?
Yeah, the rank or level of the most powerful magical spell effects and the location, I believe.
So the bowl itself does seem to emit some magic, as well as the offerings. There are 3 offerings on the altar. One appears to be a tooth that hangs from a corded thread. There is a blue gem of sorts as well, and there is a talisman that appears to be like a it looks like a small, tiny little, like, I guess, skull shape that's like crudely carved. The highest levels of those is going to be the gem.
What type of magic is it?
I don't know that from detect magic. Mine's only 3rd level, but I will roll an Arcana on it.
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, it is what's called a transparent elemental gem. It is a level 10 item. It's a 2-action command and interact. You shout the name of an elemental lord and dash this glassy gem against a hard surface to activate it. And it cracks open, casting a 5th level summon elemental spell. The gem comes in 4 varieties. Transparent for a living whirlwind, light brown for a living landslide, reddish orange for a living wildfire, and blue-green for a living waterfall. In this case, it is transparent, so it is a living whirlwind that will be summoned.
Neat. He will extol that to the party and offer it up to Tulok, I guess, is probably the best person to use that.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't listening. I was researching detect magic, because I believe that it's changed. But that's just me. I will read over this item.
Lump looks around to see if anybody's looking, and then like a cat sidles up next to the bowl of water and just knocks it over.
Tulok will take the transparent elemental gem. It's very intriguing. Perhaps we could have used this in the fight in the lava room, but that's okay. I'm sure there'll be another place where we could use this going forward. And he tucks it away. What else do we have here?
There's the tooth and this sort of... It's like a trophy, I guess, like this weird skull-shaped kind of crude carving.
Tulok will roll, I assume, occult on one or either of them?
Sure, if you like. Which one do I do first? The tooth or the trophy?
Let's do the tooth.
Okay.
Creepy little fuck. That's what I was looking for before. 32.
Nice.
Yeah, this is what's known as a gallows tooth. It is a talisman. Level 8, you would affix it to a weapon, and the trigger is you attack an adjacent target and haven't rolled your attack roll yet. And you need to be a master in intimidation. You can use a free action, and you activate it, and the creature becomes off guard until the end of your current turn.
Nice.
That's fucking huge.
Could be great. Could be really good.
Yeah, that master in intimidation is a pretty big caveat.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
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 I think Tulok's the only one that will get close next level.
Yeah, I'm an expert currently. And yet I never use it.
Tulok's inventory anyway.
Yeah. Stuff it into Duffy. We can always sell it.
I want to roll for the third item.
Krakow will do it with crafting. 26.
Yeah, it's called a Grim Trophy. Affix your armor. Need to be an expert in intimidation. The trigger is you attempt an intimidation check to coerce or demoralize, but you haven't rolled yet, and you can basically free action. When you activate the trophy, select 2 targets, compare the intimidation check result to both of their DCs, so you can spread it out between 2 targets instead of just 1.
Oh. Is anyone else an expert?
Nope.
Nope. But I have a feeling if someone dies, a swashbuckler may be waiting in the wings by someone or more
Jim
than one
is the
person.
swashbuckler.
Tulok will affix that to his armor.
Okay. Get it affixed right away. It takes, I think, a minute or so. But, yeah, that's all that's on the altar other than the bowl itself. should you want to do anything with it.
I was not kidding when I said I knocked it over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was not a joke. Lump does not stand for this. It's in a devil lab. No, bad.
Okay. So Lump walks in as everyone's gathering these offerings and looking at them like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, neat. And Lump just walks in just boldly towards this bowl and just slaps it off the altar. And this big splash of like fetid water kind of coats the wall and splashes onto the floor a bit, and it releases some of its sort of foul aromas, kind of sulfurous and whatnot. And as you do, you swear you see the image of a hateful woman sift or like kind of spread out and be pulled along the surface of the water as it spreads out and then just disappears.
That's how you get rid of ghosts. And then Lump will just turn around and walk out.
If only they all came in the form of a bowl of water.
I wonder if if that's what was binding the Witchfire Warden here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or that ghost in the earlier room.
Yeah.
Go check on our crawl space, right?
Is there still magic in the bowl?
It seems to dissipate after a short while.
Is there anything special about the ball?
It's really good for a haircut.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For him to take a hero point.
I'll save that for when my hairline... or what's the opposite of recedes?
Proceeds.
Proceeds.
Oh, look at that proceeding hairline on Dunk.
Oh yeah, it's coming back.
Ruff will light a torch and look to his compatriots and the size of the crawl space.
Lump will cast light on Raphael. So you can have your hands free. I don't imagine I will fit through there.
Okay, he'll put out the torch and I will go investigate. Look for my signal if anything goes wrong. He'll walk in the hole. He'll climb down into the crawl space.
Climb down into the crawl space, and you crawl eastward, or rather you just have to like hunker down a little bit for you. You make your way to the other end, and it goes for about 20 feet or so, and then there's another ladder that leads up, but it leads up onto a ceiling that you can't really see through. And as you kind of go up, assuming that it's a trapdoor of some kind, you put your hand against it, and it actually your hand just goes straight through, because it is an illusion of the floor within one of the cells, one of the stasis chambers. And you pop up inside the stasis chamber, and this one of the squares, one of the 5-foot squares. It's an illusion. You just get right inside, but then if you reach out, you can see that the stasis chamber is very real around you. It is blocking you in.
Does he notice any, let's call it detritus, or anything that would lead him in a direction of thinking what used to be in this particular chamber?
No, it actually seems pretty stark and clean.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, what the fuck is the point of this?
That's to make something appear trapped.
Perception?
17.
No, just looks like you're trapped. You feel around, the other squares of the floor here are sturdy, so you can stand on them, but where you're at's an illusion. You have no idea why.
Okay, he will head back and explain that to the rest of the crew. That is super weird. My best guess has to be the Witchfire Warden. Tunnel under,
Yeah.
dig them out, control them with this altar of some sort. But that is, Ruff doesn't know about the Witchfire Warden. He was just kind of harried along down the corridor, so he'll just explain what happened and how he came up and how small it is. So it has to be something either small or compressible. Does it look like a medium or a large creature would fit down there?
It would. They'd be squeezing through the crawl space, but it's doable.
Yeah, and didn't the Witchfire Warden come out of the top leftmost stasis chamber? That's where the burn mark of the person is?
That's where the Witch Fire Warden was effectively originally created, where you saw that vision of the hag being burned alive within the chamber. But the Witch Fire Warden really just stalks the whole area, the whole room amongst the stasis chambers.
Okay.
Once Raphael has explained this, Tulok is really feeling the pull to head down to where he interacted with that ghost and exits the room.
Does Lump know anything about this? Like, this is kind of his
There, yeah.
stomping grounds.
I don't think Lump would have been involved in anything like this. They were more of a gopher and like basically a glorified Zebub with some training.
Yeah, not really. Lump wasn't really privy to much knowledge.
Tulok
There wasn't much happening down here, ultimately.
Tulok opens the door.
Because Lump didn't know about either of the secret doors either, so I can't imagine they would know what this was for.
Mm-hmm.
The line of questioning was more if they knew what used to be in this chamber, depending on how long they've been here. Like, no, I understand they wouldn't know about this kind of stuff, even though it does pop out very close to their bedroom, or so we're led to believe. But if they had seen anything in this case at any given time.
Well, Tulok, you're heading back to where you first encountered that ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Did we want to check on the prisoner first?
We're getting there.
Okay.
And yeah, from this side, in this secret hallway, you can clearly see where the door would be. And you give it a push open. And same thing, a room that was once full of cobwebs, if I recall correctly, you kind of cut them all down after the ghost had told you to get out, and didn't find anything of interest.
Creature. Spirit. Are you still within these walls? Come now, show yourself. And if he hears nothing, he'll step in.
No response.
Tulok strides through the room. Spirit, show yourself.
As you step through the room, you hear the same thing as last time. This mounting kind of like, get out! Roll me a will save.
Son of a bitch. Natural 20.
Ooh.
32.
This time you were able to resist the full effect of this as a basic will save of this thing trying to burrow into your mind. And you can tell it's about to try and snap a cord or something like it almost did last time. And but you stave it off, and then you were left with silence after the voice echoes out along the walls.
Is there any sort of check I can roll on this?
Yeah, just give me an occult, I suppose.
25. Fuck it. Hero point.
Respect.
30.
Hey.
This is a magical trap. It's not a ghost at all. It's meant to make you think it's a ghost. And it has basically an automatic reset after a certain point. That's why it's attacked you again. But it didn't attack the second person that walked into the room.
Can I disable it?
Yeah, roll me a perception.
14.
You don't know how or what you would have to do it.
Tulok shouts to his companions. Come. It appears it's just a trap. Nothing that we need to save. Let's move through quickly before it rearms.
Oh, very well.
As you move through, anyone can roll a perception check if they like.
Sure. I have a decent one of those. Rolled awful. 25.
No, don't see anything.
How about a 28?
Ooh.
28, yeah. Actually, as you're passing through, there's a bit of the feet in front of you, of your companions in front of you, scuff the floor a little bit, some of the dust aside. You see there was a rune actually etched into the floor underneath the filth. and you could either spend some magic to dispel it or use a thievery check to remove the rune, much like how the original teleportation circle was carved out of the walls at the very first.
Do I have to do either of those things?
No, you could just point it out, so thievery check whoever wants to try and remove it if they like.
Hey, is someone sneakier than me may be able to get this rune out of the floor?
Tulok's ears do perk up, yes. Ah, good spotting, Krucka. Perhaps I'll have my hand at this. 30.
Yeah, that's enough. You can carve up the materials that are etched in to render it neutral. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you 10 silver worth of valuable material.
Oh.
The used floor market is hot these days.
Well, we're literally call it like it's actually like scraps of silver that could be melted down again and reused in a small way. So it's yeah.
So I guess we're booking it out through the alarm room.
Oh yeah, the original alarm room. This is where you met Lump. You're heading back around to where you had originally come down here and towards where the imprisoned bounty hunter was that you left behind.
Question.
Yes.
Did the bounty hunter give their name?
Sinemi, yes.
As they're walking, Tulok withdraws the legal ledger and attempts to look up their name.
Okay. Yeah, and you see the apparent list of crimes that Zori had recalled from passing through Absalom. You know, it was like theft, kidnapping, extortion, that sort of thing. You also see added onto the list is a bit of, alleged insubordination and failure to meet contract and that sort of thing.
Jaywalking.
Yeah, jaywalking. There's no less than 28 counts of jaywalking.
Okay. He keeps that knowledge to himself and puts the book away. And as they approach, Sal seems to be at the door first.
Hello.
No response.
I believe Did we gag this person?
No, you locked them back up, but not upside down.
And we left them
You were
with
going
food.
to lock them back upside down. And everyone stopped you.
I didn't think I was going to forget about them.
Lump's arm makes some fleshy, squishy sounds as it forms back into a hand, and they will raise their shield. Yep, you're welcome. Before gingerly opening the door so as to not startle them.
You open the door, and Sinemi is on the ground, having bled out from their throat, being torn to pieces.
It looks like a suicide.
Roll me a medicine check, if you like.
Never mind. Sorry, cut that. That was a little dark. A 3 for a 20.
You would guess, given your time with the devils, is that the Zebub that was commanded to leave the room for your evening came in here and finished Sinemi off with their gruesome little mandibles.
Well,
What do you see in there, Lump?
well, she's quite dead. It looks like some mandibles tore out her throat. Does anyone know anything about her? I just know that she failed in a contract, and that's why she was locked up here, but...
She was a bounty hunter. She was after one of the townsfolk, Carmen Rajani.
I don't... God, never mind. Lump wouldn't say anything. Because I'm pretty sure there's a bounty out for her. But Lump wouldn't know. For
Sinemi?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lump wouldn't know.
Lump wouldn't know, so Lump will just... Well, give me a moment. I'll say a prayer over her body and we can continue on.
As Sal is kind of bending down to do this. Tulok is looking over their shoulder in a kind of retrospective way, because if he had just let them go, they wouldn't have died potentially. But then Tulok also kind of thinks that they aren't necessarily a great person and they were there to do something bad. But, you know, looking at the book, even though he knows it's not a reliable source, confirms that they hadn't murdered anyone. So I think he's feeling a little bit of guilt for attempting to play, not play God, but like
Judge and jury.
Judge and jury, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think a wash, not even a wash, just a millisecond of guilt washes over his face. And then he steels himself and looks away and just kind of continues back towards the alarm room.
The elevator shaft is 100 feet straight down.
Mm-hmm.
You thinking about hoisting a pug on a rope?
Well, I was going to suggest we go back to town and grab 4 scrolls of Featherfall. They're rank 1, so they'd be like 4 gold each, or 5.
Well, you have chains you can climb down. You have translocation spells. You have fly spells. I mean, by all means, but it's not like you have no choice but to jump.
I mean, Ruff's not going to be climbing.
I could fly Ruff down.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that's getting down there doesn't worry me too much.
Well, climbing 100 feet it's not going to be chill.
We do have a few people we need to talk to first.
Lump will say their quick prayer. Having given your last breath, I beseech thee to pass on into the afterlife and not be tethered here. May Pharasma judge you fairly as she judges everyone. And we'll close our eyes and then turn around.
Who do you feel you have to talk to, Scott?
We have to talk to the imp, and we have to talk to the devil who is also the blacksmith.
Barkham Buck.
Barkham Buck.
You plan your routes to discuss something with them as you, where you last found them. Well, Jek, you can't. That room you've met Jek in, you can't get to him because that's buried in rubble, that hallway. And if you head up to the blacksmith into the Hellforge, it is devoid of anyone being present.
Before they leave, can Kreka search the bounty hunter? I can't imagine we left her with anything, but...
No, she's bare.
Okay.
And can we search the forge?
Yep. It's just basically a few mundane items like hammers to work with and tongs and that sort of thing. Maybe the occasional short sword or something like that. Give me a perception check.
Please, someone else get in on this. Ooh, natural 18 for a 28.
Natural 19 for a 35.
Ooh, fuck me then.
Very good. You find 5 cold iron chunks, 2 silver chunks, and 1 adamantine chunk.
Oh shit.
Throw that at his enemies.
The cold iron chunk is worth, each one's worth 50 gold. The silvers each are worth 20, and the adamantine single chunk is worth 500 gold.
Is there like an amount that a chunk is? Like, could one chunk make an adamantine weapon, or is it just...
I forget. There is some rules for that for sure.
A chunk is light bulk, so it could not create a weapon that is 1 bulk.
Okay.
It could be adamantine plated.
No, because adamantine is super hard to work with in lore.
Yeah.
So I don't think that works. It's really fucking cool, Scott, and I like the idea, like where your head's at, but...
like what you're looking at more than anything is if you wanted to use this to craft something, then you're looking at a pretty significant probably reduction in the cost because you've provided to them some of the material, but you would have to purchase more material for it to happen. Otherwise,
Fine.
it's just something very valuable we're selling, and it would sell, I would say, at full price, not at half price. It's not technically a treasure; it's equipment, but I mean, it's valuable shit.
This is definitely treasure, in my opinion.
It has the precious trait.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Well, yes, obviously, Duncan. Come on.
Do it in physics voice.
Just like me, I'm precious.
No.
I'm dead.
God damn.
Life's precious.
So, we've searched everything. We've learned everything. Want to go fuck up a void glutton?
Yeah. Feeling real hubristic about this one.
I am.
Perhaps you're right, Sal. We should take out that creature that's behind us. We told you before about the visions of Belcora. Perhaps we will learn something there that we do not yet know.
I just know that you've also mentioned that you're worried that the lighthouse will fire again. And from what I've gathered from what you've said, it was around that level that you started putting together things about the lighthouse, correct? Or was that at a higher level?
Well, at that level, there was still the blue light, which we no longer see.
I believe that helps dictate our course of action then.
I didn't think of it that way, Sal. We shall. And he turns to his companions. Are you ready to fight this creature?
Lump clings their shield on their chest.
Cracker just gives a solemn nod.
Ruff draws his blade.
Then it's on, motherfucker.
So you're heading back up to the 4th level.
Yep. Belcor's retreat.
You make your way into the impossible stairway and find the illusory door in the wall, or the illusory wall that's actually a passageway. And who steps through first?
Before we go in, did we know anything about this creature that we can pre-buff?
You know it's a type of wisp. You know that it can trap you with webs, and it can cast darkness. Otherwise, I'm not so sure.
Sal or Raphael, do either of you have something to combat magical darkness?
Lump will look over at the light cantrip cast on Raphael and then shake their head no. Not today.
I do not.
What do we say about hubris?
I am confident that I will at least be able to find it. And worst case, I will just hold it against myself until you can come to me.
Oh, Kreka's gonna equip the Ghost Touch Whip, by the way.
What spells can counteract magical darkness?
Dispel magic.
Dispel magic and spells with a light trait that are at a higher level than the effect of the magical darkness, I believe. Often have the opportunity to counteract, usually specified in the spell.
We also know that it feeds on fear and can inflict fear.
So don't get scared now. Also, did Sal heal Kreka in that little
for
thing
26
beforehand? 26? Okay. Full health coming into this one. Feeling pretty good until round 2 or 3, probably.
Okay. I will not lie, I am worried. Again, but we shall try.
Well, we have the information we need to come back with, maybe a scroll of daylight or whatever the equivalent is. Like, if that's the darkness is what's going to hamper us, and it is going to hamper us, then why even attempt this fight right now?
Good point.
I'm just feeling my oats, James. I'm just feeling my oats.
I want to do it too, but I also don't want to lose another character. It's such, and Ruff would know too. Like he's going into a battle that he can't deal with. You know, like he doesn't have a tool in his arsenal that'll help currently, maybe at all.
Meta-wise, you're a full 3 levels ahead of what you would have normally fought this, now. But like in game, you don't know quite how powerful this thing is, and whether or not it poses, it still poses a real proper threat.
Because if it's darkness at 3rd level, we're probably okay with 4th level cantrips. But if it's any higher than that, then what up?
It could be a good opportunity to do some of the research at like the lower level checks that we haven't been doing. When 1 or 2 people goes up and grabs some shit we might need for the fight, the others stay down to do some research.
Oh, so we can counteract it with the light cantrip if the level is low enough, is what you're saying?
I believe so.
James's understanding is that it has to have the light trait, and it has to be the darkness spell level or higher. It might just have to be higher. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Because I have the light cantrip, and I guess Sal would too, heightened to 4th.
Yeah, alright.
Fuck it. Let's just see what happens. We can always retreat.
I can tell you the darkness spell specifies that this also suppresses magical light of your darkness spell's level or lower. Light can't pass through, so the creatures in the area can't see outside. So depending on that level of darkness, if it's equal or lower than the darkness will win out. Darkness itself is a level 2 spell, so it really depends on what level it's being cast at.
Yeah.
Okay, let's fucking do this. We ball. Harden the paint.
All right. You waltz yourself into this strange array of rooms again. Go ahead and do so in whatever marching order that pleases you. As you step into the first room, you receive the vision as you did before of this ghostly vision of a woman in a fine dress meeting with a handsome drow. It goes through its motions and vanishes.
These rooms are a lot tighter than I remember, so let's
tight.
Let's be aware of our positioning.
Trump will push forward and push open the next door.
You open the next door, but do not see anything, and as you step through, you see its vision of a woman relaxing on a divan reading a large tome. And I remember we had checks along the way here, and I can't remember which ones you had succeeded on or not, but anyone could roll me a perception check in the previous room and in the second room right out of the gate.
Perception checks, okay.
Perception, yeah.
35.
Oh, yeah. You all got this one. First room is, as they are talking, the drow and the woman, you catch the words being mouthed of love and betrayal. What context, you have no idea. In the second room, I'll give you this one too, because you all rolled really well. Well, Ruff didn't, but Ruff actually got the... No, Ruff just didn't, actually.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But the second room, you see that the book itself that she's reading is titled The Whispering Reeds, and has that familiar skull on the cover. And as the vision fades in the second room, you can see the furniture, or was it the bookshelf, I think, that you had, or the anything shelf. This is where anything shelf was.
Yeah.
Was put in front of the door. It has been cast aside, and the door remains closed, but it has been moved from where it once blocked the door.
Outside of the game, real quick, maybe I shouldn't have been doing this, but I was reading the darkness spell. If you have dark vision, you can still see, unless it's been heightened to 4th level.
Oh, yeah. Which you may remember, Kruka was in this fight and has dark vision and could not see through it.
Son of a bitch.
How's that for an order of operations to realize the power you're up against?
Cam knew, but Cam couldn't say
That's
anything.
great.
Okay. Well, we continue.
Okay.
Real quickly, is it going to move around throughout the different rooms, or is it going to just stay in one?
It will follow us. It did before.
Very well. And Lump will kick open the door.
Okay. You kick open the door, and you are met with other scene of the woman sitting at a table in a private dining room, and she is dining on some meat and drinking a glass of wine. And I think I do remember you actually succeeding to check on this one, because if you look close enough, you can see that the roast she is eating looks disturbingly like a human arm.
Ew.
Those things are all gristle.
And it was in the final room that you would have faced the Void Glutton down for the first time. Do you approach it?
Lump will press up against the door, their shield raised, keeping it as a bulwark between them and the door, before kicking at the handle, spinning it open.
You kick it open, and you see this finely adorned bedroom. And there are flashes in this room as this strange stone sort of archway carved into the wall to the northern side is like shimmering. And this portal opens up on it, and a woman steps through with a cruel, thin smile on her lips and blood on her hands. And then the vision vanishes.
Is it in this next door then?
The final door that's in this room is a threshold that the original group did not cross, because this is where the Void Glutton had attacked.
Came out of the ceiling, if I remember.
It was actually floating over the bed, invisible, and then it like appeared. I think I could be. Maybe you're right. That's what I remember doing.
Is everyone ready?
Tulok touches Krucka on the shoulder and says, "Be fleet, my friend," and casts haste on him.
Nice.
You crack the door open, and you to this central octagonal chamber that is sheathed in foul-looking, moist webbing made of stringy, semi-transparent slime. The bodies of 3 creatures can be seen mounted on the walls within this webbing. Lump, you step through, and you look up at one of these bodies, and something comes over your mind. Because you look up and you see the perfect, handsome face of Salucel on the wall.
What the fuck?
And Krucka, looking over Lump's shoulder, you look at one of the bodies, and you swear you see you, but with green skin and an angry look on his face. And Tulok, if you manage to peer in, all 3 bodies look like every one of your family members. And Ruff, every one of them changes over and over and over to all the infinite important people that could have ever existed to something like the Shaika. But you very particularly see the face of Izori strung up into these webs, and she falls to ash. And as you watch the ash fall, you see it scatter itself across the top of a familiar urn that shouldn't be laying at the floor. I need you all to roll me a will save.
What the fuck?
And that's what we're going to call it.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
I get a hero point that ending.
Jesus Christ.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.